Hello all, my name is Shan Singh and welcome to my YouTube channel. So nowadays people are talking a lot about artificial intelligence, deep learning, generative AI, agentic AI, machine learning and lot of key technologies. So in this particular session we are going to shed light on what is the key difference between all these key technologies. So let's learn what exactly is the AI versus ML versus DL versus generative and data science. Let's understand what these technologies actually are. So very first, let's understand what the artificial intelligence actually is. So you may have heard about applications like Siri, Google Assistant, right? And Alexa as well. So for those of you who are iOS users, you may have the Siri, and if you're Android users, you have the Google Assistant in your phone. So the moment you say, hey Siri or hey Alexa, can you do some task? Let's say, can you play a certain song for me? Or can you please set an alarm for me? Or can you please get me directions from point A to point B? That's what the AI applications actually will do. So these all are actually the AI applications because they're trying to understand your voice, right? They're trying to understand your voice. Then they will actually process your request. They will process your request, and then at the end, all these applications will take actions without any human intervention or human involvement. That's what the whole artificial intelligence actually is. So if I have to explain what the artificial intelligence is, I can say it is actually a technology which will you can say which actually enables machine to work like human, right? Or to work like human behavior, right? That's what the artificial intelligence actually is. So let's say, okay, the moment you learn machine learning, deep learning, recommendation system, or if you're building any Gen AI project or a product, at the end of the day you are building some AI application, right? Let's consider a simple example. So imagine you're watching some drama videos, let's say on YouTube or Netflix, then more likely this platform will recommend you other drama videos, right? Because under the hood, Netflix have actually implemented something known as a AI based recommendation system, or they have actually built a AI application just to recommend all those videos. Now let's understand what machine learning actually is. Okay, so see, machine learning in layman terms is all about learning from data, right? So all it means is that more data you have, right? The more data you have or the more data you give to your machine learning algorithms, the better it will learn, or better learning machine learning has. Okay, so think of like this. If you will show multiple photos of dogs and cats to your child, then over a period of time he is able to differentiate between dogs and cats, right? That's what the machine learning is. So from the Venn diagram you will notice that it is a subset of artificial intelligence, right? Okay, let's consider a very simple example just to relate that. So you may have noticed your social media accounts feed like Instagram or Facebook, Snapchat, Telegram, right? So all these social media have actually are actually using machine learning algorithm just to understand the content you basically engage with, right? Based on what you like, what you share, of course, and on what type of post you basically comments, right? And based on all the data, it will try to prioritize the similar content, right? Similar content from your friends or from your followers, right? Or from your connections, or it could be some other sources as well. Because under the hood, they have all these platforms have actually implemented machine learning algorithm. So the whole machine learning is categorized into three categories: regression, second is a classification algorithm, and third is all about a clustering algorithms. See, at the end of the day, all three algorithms, they are often known as statistical models. Statistical models because they're actually using statistics under the hood, right? They're using statistics under the hood. See, regression, it's all about, let's say, hey, can you predict some continuous values? Let's say, hey, can you predict what could be the house price in any particular city, or what could be the flight price, right? Let's say I have predicted the flight prices as 6100.61 in Indian currency. So these are actually the continuous values. Whereas classification, on the other hand, when you're able to classify your data into some labels or into some classes, let's say the moment I will upload a video on YouTube, whether it will viral or not. So it have actually labels as viral and not viral, and that's what the classification algorithms are. Clustering, they're all about when you have to group your data into some clusters, or you can say based on, of course, based on similar properties, right? Let's say I have to create a group of all those people which have more income, and for all those people which have less income, and that's where clustering algorithms comes into existence. Now, coming to the deep learning, it is actually a subset of machine learning. Let's understand what deep learning actually is. See, deep learning, it is actually a subset, or you can say a specialization of machine learning, right? See, deep learning in nutshell is all about how to mimic a human brain, right? How to mimic the human brain, just like how we learn or remember things in our brain. Can you also do that, right? Or can you also train your algorithm, of course, deep learning algorithms, using something known as neural networks, right? Or sometimes multi-layered neural networks. See, deep learning is all about neural networks, right? So that's all about what the deep learning is. Let's try to understand using a very basic example in your day-to-day life. See, you may have, deep learning actually become famous just because of two reasons. Because nowadays we have some terrific GPUs, and of course we have some open source libraries, like we have something known as a PyTorch, right, from Facebook, of course. And when it comes to Google, we have something known as TensorFlow, which is built by the Google developers. And all these packages can implement deep learning algorithms. So coming to the example, you may have noticed a facial lock on your smartphone, or facial recognition on your phone. So it is actually using deep learning, right? So your phone gets unlocked by just looking at your face, right? Let's say my phone gets unlocked by looking at my face, because internally it is actually using some deep learning algorithms like a CNN or a convolutional neural network. And this CNN will actually detect and recognize our facial pattern, right? It will recognize your facial patterns. See, this CNN, which is available inside your phone software, it has been trained on millions of image data, right? That's why it is able to identify your face, right? Because it has already been trained on huge amount of data. See, the whole deep learning, it is primarily categorized into three categories. We have the ANN algorithm, we have the CNN, which is basically used for computer vision task. Then we have the RNN algorithms, and of course its variant as well, right, which are primarily used for some text related use cases, right? And of course for the time series use cases, let's say, can you predict what could be the stock prices on that particular day? See, there is a whole area often known as a transformers and BERT in deep learning, and once you will learn what the transformers and BERT are, then you can actually deep dive into generative AI. So let's have a quick understanding of what a generative AI actually is, right? So coming to the Venn diagram, you will notice that it is a specialization of deep learning. So let's understand what the generative AI is. So if I will split the word itself, right, generative basically means that it's all about when you have to generate some new content, right? It could be some text, it could be some image, it could be some videos, it could be some audios or some stories, right, and things like that. And just to do that, you have to use some artificial intelligence algorithms, right? That's what the Gen AI is. Let's say if I have to convert some text into a speech, or if I have to convert a text into some videos, that is also possible because of Gen AI. That's one of the use case of Gen AI. Okay, so this is interesting. See, by the way, the whole Gen AI is categorized into two categories. We have the LLM models and then we have the LIM models. LLM are all about large language models, whereas see, LLM, they are basically used to generate text data, right? And LIM is all about a large image models, and they are basically used to generate, let's say, some images, videos, and things like that. So coming to the LLM, LLM is all about, if a text is given, can you generate some response? That's what the LLM models actually are. And coming to LIM, if a text is given, can you convert it into a video? Can you generate a video? That's what the LIM models will do for you. Let's say I have a script. A person is walking on a beach at a sunset. Now, can you generate a video for this? That's what the LIM model will actually generate for you, right? Okay, so this sounds interesting. Now let's understand that. So as soon as you have any input or any query, and if you will pass it to your Gen AI algorithms, right? Of course, it should be LM or it could be either a LIM. Then all it will do is it will generate an output, right? That output can be some text, audios, videos, images, and things like that. That's what it will do. Okay, this is interesting. See, Gen AI algorithms or Gen AI models, they are actually pre-trained models. They're actually the pre-trained models. All it means is that they have been trained on a huge amount of internet data, right? They have been trained on huge amount of internet data, and that's why they're known as a pre-trained model. So as soon as you will give any input, they will actually generate some new content. That's what the whole hack behind Gen AI. Now coming to the Gen AI models, they are categorized into LLM and LIM, and all these models, they're very huge models, right? All it means is that they have millions or billions of parameters itself, right? Because they're very huge models. And coming to the huge models, all it means is that they have been trained on the huge amount of data, right? And this is something that we have learned already. Okay, so now let's understand a couple of Gen AI models. You may have heard about ChatGPT, Gemini as well, Gemma as well. So these are actually my LLM models, right? So OpenAI, which is one of the company who works on the AI based project, they have some GPT variants like GPT-5, GPT-4, GPT-3, and so on and so forth, and of course mini versions as well. Meta, who is known as a Facebook, they have something known as, they have the Llama variants. They have Llama 3, Llama 2 and a couple of other variants as well. On the other hand, Google have something known as a Google Gemini and Gemma as well, right? So all these are actually LLM models, right? Or you can say these are these are actually the pre-trained models, right? And these are often known as a foundation model, right? They're actually known as a foundation or often known as a base model. Base model basically means that using these models, various AI applications, they're actually built, right? So the entire challenge between companies is that how to get the best base or a foundation model. This is a whole challenge within a company. Now let's understand what the data science is, which is actually the intersection of all these key areas. Plus you need some additional skills like database or domain knowledge, and of course a good communication skill, right? So being a data scientist, if you have a machine learning use case, you should know that. If you have a deep learning use case, you should know that. If there is a NLP use case, you are expected to know that. If there is a time series use case, you are expected to use a time series algorithms. If there is a Gen AI use case, you are expected to know algorithm pretty well, right? Similarly, if there is a agentic AI algorithms, you are expected to know that. Along with, you need some other skills, right? Now you may ask what those other skills are. You need a good domain knowledge. See, data scientists in general work with domain specific problems, right? Because at the end of the day, he has to understand what the domain project is all about, so that he can convert the business queries or business questions into data problems, so that the entire data team can actually work on the project. The second is something known as a database and a data management skill, right? See, at the end of the day, all a data scientist need is a data. Without data, there is no data science. So he has to extract data, clean data, right? Analyze data, and to make insights from the data, right? So once they have the insight, they need a good soft skills, right? Often known as a good communication skills or good presentation skills, so that they can represent all those insights to your business team or to your technical team or to your stakeholders. So that's all about the various key technologies, the areas that we have learned so far. So for those of you who have any doubt regarding this session, please let us know via comment section. Thank you, take care, and bye-bye.